Hi there. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. Welcome to our Word of the Day series, where we look at a new word each day and help you to pronounce it correctly in American English. We're taking lots of requests, and so most of the words we're doing so far have been suggestions from viewers to really help you get to the words that are challenging for you. Today's word is no exception. It's quite challenging, and it's been requested by several people. And the word today is order. And I would say it's definitely the R sounds that make this word challenging, and the fact that it has more than one R sound. So let's take a look at how to pronounce order, and we'll break it down for you, give you some additional resources you can use to practice, and help you get this word to use this word more easily and fluently in your speech. So looking at words, I like to address the syllable stress first. So order has first syllable stress, which means that or is longer and der is shorter. And that's marked here in the dictionary with a little line before the symbols, before the stressed syllable. So right off the bat, we have a challenge, which is the or combination. For those of you who struggle to produce words with or, starting with just the sound can be helpful. So all of the diphthongs, that means gliding between two vowels that have R, like or, air, ire, they all have the sound. So until I can make that tight back American R, it's going to be extremely challenging to do any other combinations with R. You can get help for the basics for American R on my American R playlist. What I'm going to suggest is that you want to feel the tongue back in the mouth, not so far back. Sometimes I tell people to pull back and then they go too far back. I can feel it most easily if I say something like the G sound and the R sound. For example, gur, or the K sound, cur. What I want to feel is my tongue is bracing against the upper insides of my teeth, and I have a tight tongue for that. Some people curl the tongue back, and that's called a retroflex R. You can feel that if you move from an L sound to an R sound like this. Lur. They'll be cupping their tongue in making a bowl shape. Some people bunch their tongue back and it's pulled tightly against the teeth. That's called the bunched R. Sounds like and the tip of my tongue is then down rather than curled up. So once you can do your sound, you just want to start with the vowel O, rounded mouth, rounded lips, and tongue is relaxed and pulled back, or, and then you glide into the R. So go slowly if you need to. Or. And when I'm doing it really slowly, there's almost like a little W sound in between. It's almost like or. Eventually, when I speed up, I really want to eliminate that W sound and move directly from O to with just my tongue. Or. When I can do or, then I want to add in my der. And I almost think of this, it is another I almost think of this like the gur or der, that I almost have no vowel there. I just want to be right into that tight To get the der syllable, again, it's easier to begin with the and then add the D. So try der. What you might find is that either your tongue wants to roll a little bit because it's forward for that D, der, and you want to pull it back, start with then add the D, der. You might also find that many people will have an error where the part drops out. So it sounds more like, in their error, sounds more like oa. They have more of this relaxed schwa sound, oa or oa, duh. And in other dialects of English and British English, the R sound in the middle and ends of words is more like a schwa. It is more like an but we want to try to avoid that and always use our tight back R. So in American English, whenever there's an R sound, we're making the same tight back R. So to build the word, let's start with our first or, der. I can also start from the back with der, order. order. I was going to do order, but I think that's actually harder, just thinking about it as an or. So you may still find this word challenging, order. Just go very slowly and really focus on that tight back R. Once I can say order by itself, I want to start to try to practice using it together with other words, because you may find that even though you can get order, then when you have to say it and you go to speak, it's still a challenging word. You still have to slow down. It's still hard to produce. So trying order and then I'm ready to order. Don't give me any orders. I'm following doctor's orders. I'm going to order a pepperoni pizza. I'm going to order a salad. Beginning to use it in the way you would actually use it, and practice that repeatedly until it's more smooth and fluent to use that word order. Siddhanta's asking about in dictionaries, when they write order, they use this symbol, and that's the vowel ah. And that's just another way of writing this combination of an O and an So it depends on how the dictionary decides that it's going to show the R symbols. And really, I should do it more like this if I'm going to be consistent. Or der, this is the symbol that I use for but I think that's a little bit hard to read, so that's why I wrote it with an R that way. So the Oxford English Dictionary, the one I like to use, does use an order, but I don't really feel like I do an order. That's a strange shape. So they're just showing the roundedness of the diphthong or with that symbol system. If you just learn the symbols and how they sound, you can represent them in different ways. So that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up and pointing it out. Great. So again, thank you so much for those of you who requested the word order. It's definitely something that I've been meaning to make a video about for a long time because it's very challenging. And I do think I have the next video ready, but I can't remember what the word of the day will be tomorrow. So I'll post that on Facebook and on my community page here on YouTube. And you can check out tomorrow's word of the day video. Also, tomorrow is Friday, and we'll be having our weekly question and answer class. I hope you'll be able to join for that. That's at 12 o'clock Seattle time and 3 o'clock Eastern time. And in our question and answer class, people attend. They can ask about difficult words they'd like help with, accent patterns, anything you've been working on or noticing in videos. If you'd like a little help, you'd like to hear me say or explain something live, I do that every week, and I look forward to seeing you then. If you're watching on Facebook, I suggest coming and joining on YouTube so that you can ask your questions live and get your answers spoken aloud. I do attend the replays on Facebook and answer questions in the comments, but if you want to hear me say a word, it's better to come to the YouTube channel. Thanks everyone who has subscribed. We've reached over 10,000 subscribers now. And if you haven't subscribed, I suggest doing that if you're interested in seeing more content like this. It'll show up then in your homepage, and you can use the notifications bell to decide if you want YouTube to notify you when I'm live and when we have new uploads, you can do that. Or if you'd rather just subscribe and see those things on your homepage, that's acceptable too. I didn't show any resources today, but I will in tomorrow's class be also demonstrating and showing how to use my website, speechmodification.com, to look up words and to look up phrases and patterns to get help for your specific needs. So I hope you can attend tomorrow and check that out. If you have any questions or comments unrelated to this word or just related to American English pronunciation, feel free to ask those in the comments as well. Many of you have been asking questions lately, and it's been great. I'm happy to share resources and direct you to the videos and lessons I have that will answer your questions. And it also gives me great ideas for what new videos to make for this series and for my other content and other lessons, free lessons on my website. So thank you so much for attending today and for taking on this challenging word order. I think it's challenging even for me to say sometimes. So be patient with yourself and work on it. You'll get it. Again, I hope to see you again tomorrow. And I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound American, you can do it. speechmodification.com.